When Will asked me to be his best man, I thought to myself, well, I thought you'd never ask. Because I wrote this speech at 2:15 a.m. on February 14th, 2016. Even this line, I literally wrote this whole thing like two and a half years ago. For whatever reason, I was inspired on that lonely Valentine's Day to write this speech because when the time came for real, I knew I would never be able to find the motivation. But really, I don't know what made me start thinking about my brother as I was lying in bed that night. But it was definitely, you're gonna love this. It was definitely birds. You see, Will's life can be summed up entirely by birds. First off, he was born crane. We're doing good. When he started school at St. Robert's, they're the Cardinals. Boy Scouts, he was an eagle. In high school, the Skyhawks, college, the Ravens. In like 6th grade, he was in Mary Poppins. There's a whole song about birds in that. And finally, Sarah. Like a beautiful swan or something of that nature. The list is endless. And that is the end of that section. I was so proud of this speech until last week when I read it for the first time. It gets better.
Steph.
In high school, Will was recognized out of his senior class as the one who soared above all others. He went above and beyond in attitude, achievement, friendship, leadership, and scholarship. And as a dinky little freshman at the time, it gave me a lot to live up to. He's always given me a lot to live up to. When you grow up with someone who'd wake you up on Saturday mornings to watch Pokemon, he'd always be the bad guy, he'd always be the Sith if we were playing Star Wars, and I didn't ever want to be the bad guy, so he always took that job on himself. And he'd always offer advice to you, especially when you don't ask for it. And he taught me more about how to live as a man of Christ than anyone else. It's hard to pause for effect. Don't read that part, you idiot. Oh my gosh, just keep going. Man, I'm such a charmer. It's hard for me to imagine that anyone could make him a better person. I always thought of my brother as being somehow on a different level than everyone. He always held himself to what seemed like a different standard, his own standard. For a while there, I didn't know he could soar any higher. There's that bird theme again. And then he met Sarah. I can't think of anyone else in the world who could take a man as outstanding as my brother and then have to make him work to get on their level. For the last 7 years, Will and I have been, for the most part, living in different cities. When he was starting college, I was still in high school and living with my parents. And then when I went to college, he was still going to high school and living with my parents. We kept missing each other just by a little bit. For example, one summer we got the bright idea to paint houses. And the idea was that we'd just be able to hang out outside, mess around, do some painting, and make a lot of money. It was going to be the perfect summer. But we incredibly got put on separate crews somehow, and I had rehearsals in the evening, and I think I probably saw him like twice a week. Stuff like that always happens, and when he was at college, I never really got to see him in his element, because whenever I'd come to visit, it was like this big deal, and he'd have to impress me with all of his fun times. But was always really tired, and I never wanted to like be there. So. You're amazing friends from Benedictine who I've had the pleasure of getting to know really well this week. I just want to say I'm so jealous of them for being able to see my brother in quite a bit, like see more diverse sides of him than I have. Sometimes life seems like it's just like pulling us apart, but I swear to God, I'll be damned if I let that happen. But even though we've been apart a lot over the last couple of years, I just want you to know it's never been easy without you. In fact, it might be the hardest thing in the world to wake up and to know that you're not in the bunk above me or just down the hall. And the only thing that makes it okay that you're going to Savannah now is that I know you're going to be with Sarah. Sarah, thank you for stooping to Will. It means a lot. I'm sure it means a lot to him too. I can say without a doubt in my mind that you are Will's missing piece. Now I really tried to elaborate on this line as I was rereading this at 3 o'clock last night. But instead, the only thing that comes to my mind are some lyrics from the amazing Jason Robert Brown. And I guess you just have to imagine them from Will's perspective, because that's how they're written. For the first time in my life, I am somehow part of something. You surround me, you connect me, and I think I can't let go. For the first time in my life, you have opened up a channel. There is nothing to contain us. We are joined, and we are free. It's not over yet. There's no one that Will is more himself around than Sarah. He's not even just himself, he's the very best version of himself. And as a recent college graduate, I believe I have the authority to say that that is the making of a lasting, fulfilling, and loving relationship. Now, don't get me wrong, Will is still a goofball. We are still talking about the boy who smiled like this and still doesn't know how to smile. He danced like this. I really don't know what I had in mind there, but he's not a good dancer, sorry to say. He's a cute dancer. And this is the guy that wanted to name his firstborn son Eltace, because it is Seattle backwards. We had a t-shirt that said Seattle, and that was the only reason behind that, so. He's done a lot of great things in his life, but honestly, I can't even imagine how he did it all without an older brother like him to show him how. I wish you the best of luck in your marriage, Will. And Sarah, don't ever let him tell you that La La Land is better than the last 5 years or The Greatest Showman. That's an argument we have quite often. And one more thing I'd just like to say, cheers to the lucky couple. Everyone here is so grateful that God puts you together. May the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind be ever at your back. Cheers.